What's up, everybody? Arrg the Pirate here, and oh man, we got to play Destiny 2 beta today. So I'm gonna just briefly go over kind of the new changes that I see. Now, I start out with a hunter, and I look at the gunslinger, and the tree is just completely changed. There's 4 abilities: explosive knife, 6-shooter, dead shot, and chain of woe, which some of those are new, some are old. You know, it's the plain old golden gun. The grenades are the same. Each class now has a class ability: marksman or gambler's dodge. When you perform this dodge, it refills either your ammo or your melee attack. Now, this is specific for hunters, so each class kind of has their own, which I haven't played the other 2 classes, so we'll kind of see. Now, this little 4th or other little tree is locked, and I'm pretty sure it's not going to unlock during the beta. Now, the ARCSTRIDER no longer has a knife. He's got a bow or a staff, and it's kind of still the same arc blade loadout. The grenades are the same. It's got the same dodges as the gunslinger and same triple jump. Now, I did pick up a sidearm and a pair of leggings from the strike. I've kind of gone over this afterwards to kind of get a little more familiar with everything, and it looks like you'll be able to add modifications to all weapons. Now, some of my weapons do have, element damage to them. This is actually an exotic hand cannon that I got at the very beginning. But if you look here, I've got a solar damage mod on this grenade launcher. So I'm thinking you might be able to pick the gun that you want and then customize it to the type of burn you would like for it, which would be amazing. That was one of the things that Destiny 1, you'd get this amazing gun that was void. If it was solar burn or arc burn for that strike, it was like, oh, I can't use the gun that I really want to. It looks like that might change. Now, you can add mods to your armor as well. I don't know if this is going to be, individual skins or things like that. I'm not exactly sure. Now, we have Glimmer and Legendary Shards. I'm sure that's going to kind of be the same currency as the Destiny 1. Now, they did get away from charging your super and grenades and everything faster. Now it's recovery, mobility, and resistance. And you upgrade this with just the gear that you get, which I really like seeing that. Now there's, hey, you can build your hunter more tanky, or, make them really fast. That seems like having a tank and things like that is going to be a lot better than it was in Destiny 1. To me, a Titan should have always been a tank, but they never really were. They never really felt like a tank. It just felt like, hey, he can put up a shield. Now, with playing Destiny, this beta, I feel that the Titan really feels like a tank. They can put up this little shield. That is just absolutely awesome. I'm really excited to, for the full game to come out. Now, you get to pick from 3 heroes. There's a Titan, Hunter, and a Warlock. They're all generic. You don't get any customization on them. It's just, here you go, this is the hero, these are the abilities that you get. Now, I do cut out the cutscenes, so I don't want to spoil anything for y'all. And this is when you first spawn in. Now, I have not played Destiny in a very long time. I quit playing Destiny 2 shortly after hard mode on the last expansion. I forget the name of the raid now. But I quit playing shortly after hard mode. I was just kind of, getting a little burned on it. I played just absolutely a ton of Destiny. So I, kind of just took a step away. I didn't get every exotic, the newer exotics. I believe they came out with like the variations of the Thunder Gun, whatever the name of it is. It's been a while. But I didn't get, quite all the exotics, but I had most of them. I had all of them from the year 1, I played a lot of Destiny. And coming back into this game, I was really kind of worried about it feeling the same. You know, the expansions that Destiny 1 did come out with felt very, you know, they felt so similar. All the enemies were kind of the same. The splicers, you know, this new enemy that they came out with, well, it was just kind of a variation of the old enemy. And I've really got to say the new enemies feel new. You know, these guys with these massive cleavers, holy moly, they do a ton of damage. And it feels new. It feels like a new engagement. Now, the sounds and everything in Destiny, Destiny 2's beta, they sound amazing. The weapons sound stronger. Everything just sounds better. I'm going to go ahead and let y'all take a little listen.
I want war. Give them war.
We should really grab a gun and get moving.
Now I'm going to leave this audio of the game in the background for the rest of it so you can kind of hear the engagements and just all the great sounds, but I'll just talk over it. Just kind of wanted to let y'all listen to, you know, a few of the weapons. Now, I played with a buddy, or I was in comms with one of my buddies, and he played a Titan. Now, the Titan ends up getting a different exotic weapon at the beginning. I believe it's that new machine gun or, you know, Gatling gun, whatever it's called. And the Hunter gets a hand cannon, so I would assume the Warlock gets a specialty weapon as well. Now, speaking of weapons, they've changed how the layout is. You no longer have the light, medium, and heavy weapons like you used to. Now you have kind of two weapons and then heavy weapons. And a heavy weapon is, I'm guessing, going to be fusion rifle or, you know, kind of just all the specialty and heavy weapons put together. So fusion rifle, shotgun, there's a new grenade launcher, sniper rifle, rocket launcher. Those are all kind of your heavy ammo that needs that heavy ammo to use. And then your other two weapons, it looked like they might have been able to be sort of interchanged. Like, I did at one point have two submachine guns on at the same time, and I'm fairly certain they use the same ammo pool. So it's probably not the best idea to have two of the same weapons like that on, but you can equip that. So I did have a hand cannon on and this submachine gun on, and that really allowed me to, you know, take out shields and certain things like that. Now, one thing to note is the new shields. They look a lot different. Man, they look so much better than they used to. But the element that goes with that shield just absolutely devastates it. You know, it felt kind of before that the enemy shields, you could really whittle them down with any type of weapon, no big deal. But now it seems like if you use the right element, it destroys it fairly quickly. And if not, you're going to just sit there and spam rounds into it. If you see here, it took a whole clip to do what one shot with this hand cannon did. So I think that, you know, they've kind of brought that over from Destiny 1, you know, with that strike kind of modifier where you had to use the right burn, which I really liked. I think that was one of the best things about that, you know, that type of modifier. I really like, you know, using the right weapon for the right job. Now I'll go ahead and switch to the grenade launcher. I just wanted to try it out, and I was not as impressed as I thought I would be. You know, I thought it would do a lot more damage than it does, and I mean, it's a good weapon, but I think having a shotgun, if you're able to have quite a few rounds with a shotgun, you're going to be able to do the same amount of damage. But I don't have a shotgun yet. But the grenade launcher seems like it would be able to do potentially more than a rocket. I think a rocket will probably do more damage, but the grenade launcher will have more shots. So, you know, you kind of have that give and take. Now, here is the first time I'm actually able to use the super, which I am the blade dancer. I forget what they call it now, but I'm essentially the blade dancer. And, you know, hey, I think they nailed the supers. I really feel like I am supercharged right now. The Blade Dancer was always pretty decent in PvE, but it's not quite as lock on. You know, if you saw there, I missed a lot of shots. You didn't just automatically just start swinging and hit everybody around you. But at the same time, I felt like, hey, I was actually doing something. You know, I felt strong. I felt like I could really tear people apart. And I never really got that feeling with the old Blade Dancer. Now, the Gunslinger also feels much better. It's a 6-shot, which that can be modified in that new tree, but you get 6 shots. It feels a lot faster of a, you know, cooldown rate than it used to. But you get, I believe it's 6 shots, and you kind of fan the hammer like you did with the last word, except you control it, but I mean, you can shoot almost that same speed. You know, reviving people is the same. It's pretty much just more Destiny, but it feels like they've done a lot better job. Now I go ahead and I'm able to use my super again, and you know, I have a little more grasp of what I'm doing. If you see, I'm not really locking onto enemies though. I'm going in a straight line of the way that I'm facing. It's just the staff has kind of a cone or a wave or, you know, an area that if an enemy's in that area, they get affected by that. And that is just a really great change that I think Blade Dancer needed. You know, Blade Dancer felt like you were playing a new Sonic the Hedgehog where you're running through the loop-de-loops, but, you know, you're not even touching buttons. It kind of felt like that. It was almost like a quick time event. Just hit square, triangle, or, you know, whatever, and you'll get kills or either die. This feels much, much better, and also it feels like when you attack people, you're not scared that, hey, I'm going to take a hit and die. I've got my super on, and I'm actually, you know, super. People aren't just going to, you know, two-shot me. Here's another section where I'm just going to quit talking and let y'all listen.
Ikora, the speaker is gone. Red Legion, you will take no more from us, and you will find no mercy in me! Zavala.
She'll find the speaker. We need to move on that command ship. Now head to the North Tower. I'm sending Amanda Holiday to pick you up.
Well, that's going to wrap it up for this first look at Destiny, and oh man, I am ready. I haven't been just super excited or hyped for Destiny 2, but definitely coming back into it and seeing the changes and, you know, actually getting to play it, I'm ready. This seems like a lot of fun. So, if you enjoyed this video, show me some love, leave me a comment, think about subscribing, and if you want to play this beta, if you pre-order the game, you get early access. Well, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see y'all in the next video.